That's gotta be Gundam. Love the look of this series. So different from the other. Oh shit. Eraserhead! All Might! Let's go! This is a real throwback to like an older generation of anime. This is very nostalgic feeling. This feels a lot slower than anything I've seen from Fire Force so far. This is really cool. Wow. That was 10 out of 10. Like that, this might be my favorite opening so far. Okay, it's covering everyone's face. Not the cat. Oh, this is fun. The kitty. Wow, holy shit, look at this. Holy. This looks incredible. The visuals for this look so creative. I love this visual style of like these past two openings for One Piece. So fun. Damn, this is showing so much. Oh my god. Damn. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are checking out more openings. It's been a bit. The last openings we checked out, I think, were the winter 2025 openings. We're checking these out live on stream today. So if you guys ever want to be here for a stream, feel free to check it out. Link should be down below. Twitch.tv/Jasmer. Today we're checking out spring 2025 openings. I have been informed that there are plenty of great openings this season. I know a few different series that were airing this season. That sounds like a... So yeah, excited to see what we're going to get today. I know there will probably be Gundam, One Piece, and Fire Force, as well as, you know, maybe another Apothecary Diaries opening. That's all I can think of, but yeah. Really excited to see what we get here today. Don't think I'm going to yap much longer, but if you guys do enjoy this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you have not done so already, and comment down below letting me know your favorite from this list, or maybe any favorites that were not on this list. And yeah, we're going to check this out. So here we go. All right, so let's see what we get in the first opening. It's going to be a fun one today, so here we go. That's got to be Gundam. Love the look of this series. So different from the other. Oh shit. It's very like cyberpunk. Gundam GQuuuuuX, or whatever it's called. The reflections and everything looks sick. It's very aesthetic looking series. Love the use of color in this opening. It's like really vibrant, like much more than I thought it would be. Where's our shark clone though? Come on. Oh, the Gundam. It's powering up. It's a banger for sure. The Gundam design is cool. Oh shit, she wears a beanie when she's in the mecha. They're running again. This is really fun. I love the like kind of like techno sound to it. Feels very fitting for Gundam. And yeah, that was a great opening. That was really fun. Great one to kick things off with. So this is Mobile Suit Gundam GQuuuuuX. Produced by Studio Kara and Sunrise, directed by Kazuya Tsurumaki, a good chunk of Evangelion, Fooly Cooly, and rebuilds when Anno frequently didn't show up to the studio. Really? I didn't realize that was the case. Written by Yoji Enokido, Utena, Fooly Cooly, and Rashifon, and Hideaki Anno. Don't know who that guy is. Character designs by Take, Pokemon Sun and Moon, to Sword/Shield. Music by Yoshimasa Terui, JJK, really? Holy shit. And mech designs by Ikuto Yamashita. They also do the mech designs in Evangelion? Shit, I don't know why I thought the mech designs for Evangelion were probably also done by the character designer for some reason, but that's really cool. The song is Plazma by Kenshi Yonezu, who did My Hero Academia opening 2, and of course the Chainsaw Man opening and Medalist opening that we checked out very recently. That was great. Like I did remember that it was Kenshi Yonezu, so it didn't surprise me hearing the voice or anything, and you know, I wasn't here thinking like, oh, is this Eve or anything like that. But holy shit, look at that stacked list. Look at that That's one of the most stacked lists I've ever seen for a series. You know, you got the music from JJK, you got the director from Evangelion, just insane. And the fact that this is also Studio Kara can help to explain, you know, why this looks so different from a lot of the other Gundam series that we have seen so far. Like there's not even anything close to it within Gundam that I can think of anyway. Granted, I haven't seen, you know, stuff like what is it, like Build or Builder or something like that, and all this other stuff. But from what I've seen, this is very, very different, and I love it. I think it's so cool that Gundam isn't... they're continuing to show, like, that's the one thing that I've been saying about Gundam in every single video that I have on the channel. Gundam is not afraid to take chances. They're not afraid to take risks. And they are, a lot of the times, at the forefront of innovation. I think it's cool to see that they're not afraid to... like, there's maybe not anything innovative about this series, but they're not afraid to switch up the formula, switch up the style, switch up everything about Gundam that you come to expect. This opening has a whole load of shots that are references to the Zeta openings, and then that run from the start and end became a meme in the community. Yeah, the run was definitely reminding me of, like, Lupin the Third, but I didn't catch the references to the Zeta openings, and maybe that's because, like, we checked out so many openings in such a short amount of time that unless there was a very specific shot, it would be hard for me to pick it out. But that's really interesting. So, references to Zeta, I wonder if... well, it's obviously intentional, but I wonder if that's kind of trying to tell you something? Like, is this somewhat related to Zeta? In a way, like, I didn't see any characters I recognized, I'll say that much. The Gundam design... it looks a lot simpler than a lot of the later designs. So I think that that's cool, that, you know, maybe that's also kind of cluing you in that they're kind of going back, because I feel like the Witch from Mercury Gundam design also looked a lot more stripped back and a lot less, like, insane and extravagant and everything. But I think that this... you know, if this is related to Zeta, if this is in any way referencing Zeta, I think, like, showing a simpler design for the Gundam model is obviously another intentional choice that was made there. You have a plot summary, but you might refrain. Gotcha. You know, I appreciate that, because, you know, I've been saying for a long time, I really want to check out Gundam. And now that you're kind of, like, dropping little crumbs without giving anything away, that the old Gundam is potentially important for this Gundam, the Gundam series, GQuuuuuX, whatever it's called. I think that that's kind of, like, in my head, like, making me glad that I didn't decide to just jump in at a later series like Wing or Witch for Mercury, or even this one, to make this my first Gundam, because, yeah, I think that it's a lot more fun being able to follow the series and stuff. Oh shit, yeah, like the Gundam coming out of the... yeah, I can see that for sure. Even, like, the framing, everything is so intentionally done here. Yeah, but this time it's done in, like, a 3D style. I think also I need to comment, I think the 3D here looks sick. Granted, it is... well, yes, this one is red and the other one is white as well. I think that, granted, this is an opening, so, you know, it might look different from the actual series. They might have put a special team on this and everything to make it look as good as possible, so there's no guaranteeing that the 3D within the series proper itself actually looks this good. But holy shit, this is, like, the best I feel like I've seen 3D mecha look on my time of checking out openings and stuff. And yeah, that's another huge bonus to Gundam, of course. And here we're getting some of the shots. And yeah, funny enough, like, this kind of lighting and stuff, the fact that the blue looks very muted against this black sky, this black background, it actually does kind of remind me of an older opening for sure. Like, I'm thinking back to, like, Char's counterattack and stuff like that, you know, like the way that the colors look rather muted by comparison to today's standards, I guess, and especially what we see within this opening. Like, the rest of this looks very bright, in your face, bombastic, and then you do get moments where the colors look muted, and it is reminiscent and reminding you of like an older Gundam series. So that's really cool. The song, badass. It did remind me a lot more of the Medalist opening than it did of like Chainsaw Man opening. Like it was very thumpy and techno-esque. Like, I don't know if techno is the right word, but it was very like thumpy. Like, it's easy to tap your foot to this kind of song. And another huge great thing about this opening as well is that the coloration within this entire opening, like, it's creative, and the shading, the lighting, everything is so good. Like, holy shit, look at that. You think in the show it looks way better than the rebuild, which looked garbage in your opinion, fair enough. But like, look at this kind of shot right here. Like, this tells you a lot about these characters. Obviously, the way they're designed, the way that they're looking, they look rather, villainous, or they look like they're not going to be friendly characters. Even though this one over here has a little, I can't tell if that's a cat or a dog. It looks cat-like, but at the same time it could be a little like Pomeranian or something, I guess. And they look like they'd be villains. This character in the middle is reminding me of our main character. Like, she looks similar but not exactly the same. I wonder if this is a reference to Zeta as well, because this looks really cool, this shot right here. I wonder if this is our Char clone? I don't have a clue, but I think it's really interesting that no, maybe not, because we actually see his face. But this light going across his face and piercing out from him, I wonder if this is kind of suggesting that he literally gets shot dead or something in a similar way, because we see him kind of standing or facing upright, and then he does kind of look like he's falling backwards as this pierces his body. So it's almost like he gets shot in this moment, or like something pierces through him, or something like that. I don't know, because he is present within the opening throughout. So he's there right at the end, right at the back here. So as they're running, so I don't know if I would say that he dies, but maybe his death is kind of a catalyst for some of our characters. The red is kind of reminiscent of like Red Zeon, kind of mecha blast or something. I'm not sure, but what a cool opening. I think that this looks really badass, and I hope that you guys are enjoying this series, because this is a hell of a way to start this video. That Zaku design looks really cool as well. Like, it's very simple in a Zaku kind of look, where we've seen a lot that look exactly like this, but especially against this kind of background where it kind of blends in a lot. It's cool, and I think that it's cool seeing shields come back. I feel like we haven't really seen shields in Gundam in a long time. Like, I know in the early series, like especially Mobile Suit Gundam, like the original series, it was a big shield and a big sword, and this is kind of like reminding me of that, where we see a big ass shield, but we got guns and stuff, and the Gundam coming out of the flames and fire with a big plasma sword, energy sword. I can't remember what they call it, but I miss seeing these things too. I feel like they didn't show them so much in the other openings, the later ones. But yeah, this looks like a hell of a lot of fun, and yeah, I don't know if I have much more to say, but yeah, this was a great way to start this video. We love Gundam on the channel. I'm so excited that we got another Gundam opening. It's been so long, and this series looks like a hell of a lot of fun. So I hope you guys are enjoying, and if you are, be sure to let me know that you're enjoying the series. Please don't spoil anything for the series in the comments or anything, but yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see an outright Char clone within this opening. That's really surprising to me, because that's been very present in every Gundam so far, unless it was that guy that I pointed out. But yeah, here we go. Let's check out the next opening number 2. Let's see what we get in this one. Here we go. All right, so here we go. Let's check out opening number 2. What'll it be this time? Oh, is that My Hero Academia? Wow, this looks really cool too. Illegals? I thought this was Vigilantes. This is really cool comic book style. This is reminding me of one of the endings, I think, for the series, or for My Hero. Pop star hero, perhaps? It looks really fun. This is like such a cool look for this. Oh shit, is he running? What's he doing? Is he like able to glide on the ground? Eraserhead! All Might! Let's go! Good to see these guys back. Is that Ida? Alright. Bones film. That was a really cool opening. That was cool. I don't know what to say here, lads. Like this is 2 for 2 already. Like this is a really good list already, and we're only 2 in. That was so visually fun. Like this is, I can't remember if it was an opening or an ending for My Hero Academia. I think it was an ending that kind of used this comic book style as well and was bouncing all over the place, showing frames coming into frames and everything. And it was so cool. Like it's exactly what My Hero Academia is kind of all about. Like, you know, My Hero Academia is very much inspired by, I would say, like, I don't want to speak out of turn because I can't say for sure because I haven't read up on what influenced, you know, the creator of the series. But it seems to be very much influenced by, you know, Western comic book heroes style, like, stories. And so, like, having a literal comic book look within this opening, like, it's so perfect. Like, every My Hero Academia opening and ending should be like this. Like, I know that we get boring and really redundant really fast, but like, it's just cool. You don't think there's a single soul that wouldn't think that? Yeah, but I haven't listened to interviews, I haven't read up on anything, so like, that's just me guessing. Like, I don't know that for sure, so I'm not going to go out on a limb and be like, yeah, it's very clearly, because I don't know what stories he's influenced by or anything like that. So yeah, I'm not actually fully aware, but this is My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Why did it say illegals at the beginning? Is that another title for it? Like Vigilantes Illegals, is that the Japanese kind of title for it? Or did English kind of go with Vigilantes because it sounds cooler? Produced by Bones Film, a rebranded Bones. Too long to get into. Shit, okay, so is Bones still doing stuff? Or are they doing other stuff? Localization. Word has a different context in the US. Ah, gotcha. Yeah. Couldn't do illegals. Oh dear. Is Bones still Bones? Or is it literally just Bones Film now? Does that mean that Gachakuda will be Bones Film? The way you're describing it sounds like it's been rebranded. But yeah, that's interesting. Directed by Kenichi Suzuki, who directed JoJo Parts 1 to 3 and Part 6. Scripted by Yusuke Kuroda, My Hero Academia, Mashle, and Gundam 00. Really interesting, like, list right there. My Hero and Mashle just seem so different, and then Gundam coming in. That's really interesting. Character designs by Takehiko Yoshida. Welcome to the NHK, that's fun. Music by Yuki Hayashi, My Hero Academia, Haikyuu, etc. Same person who did the music for Sakamoto Days, and based on the My Hero Academia spin-off manga, illustrated by Court Betten and written by Hiroyuki Furuhashi. The song is Kekka Alright by Kocchi no Kento. The sound of this opening did sound very familiar, but I didn't recognize it at the same time, so I kind of figured that this was someone I wouldn't have recognized. This was a really cool opening, both visually and the sound of the song as well. Like, the song was very fun. It really just brought up a lot of energy, the kind of energy you want from like My Hero Academia, and this made this look like a really fun project. I don't know if, or rather, I don't know how much relevancy, or not relevancy, I'm sure it's very relevant, it's My Hero Academia, it's a spin-off of the series, but I don't know how or where this takes place, because it obviously doesn't take place after the series ends, because that wouldn't make a lot of sense to me. I just don't know where it takes place within the series, and the name title Vigilantes kind of suggests that this might be the sort of thing where, like, you know, obviously there's hero schools and everything, and to be a professional hero or pro hero, whatever, I can't remember the actual terminology, you have to kind of be licensed. So I wonder if this series, Vigilantes, is kind of like heroes who aren't licensed, who are still going out and doing hero work, because that would be a really fun concept. Kocchi aspired to become a hero, but later abandoned his dream upon assessing his rather meek quirk wasn't going to cut it. He still carries out small mundane good deeds in his community, but is suddenly thrown into something greater when he is rescued from a brawl by Knuckle Duster. I wonder if that's the guy who looks big and buff, who wears the bandana around his head. It has to be, right? An unlicensed hero or vigilante. Okay, so that is what this is about. That's really cool. Seeing real potential in the young man, Knuckle Duster enlists Kocchi and another illegal hero named Pop Step with a star in the middle. So that must be the girl that we saw who looked like a pop star, pop idol, and stop a dangerous drug that has been ravaging the streets. That's really cool. So this is kind of like on the street level heroism, whereas, you know, My Hero Academia, a lot of that, like a lot of what we follow and a lot of what we see is kind of, you know, big, huge, world altering, you know, heroism moments, whereas this looks to be kind of like, you know, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man type stuff where it's very ground level and it's very community centered. I think that that's a really good call. I think that that's really great, and you could really tell a really fun, concise like story situated within a small area. And of course, you know, within that small area, there's no reason why you can't have like some of the heroes from the main series, My Hero Academia, pop in every now and then, kind of help out, and they could be doing something and we see them doing their thing while we're doing something else. And that's maybe why it showed Eraserhead, All Might, I think it showed Ida, it maybe showed Miss Midnight or whatever her name was as well within this. It showed some pro heroes, and that's cool. You know, they've got their licenses, whereas we don't, and we're kind of like underground, we're doing our thing, we're still doing good though, and I think that's the important thing, because I wonder if they have run-ins with the police, if the police kind of you know, issue statements not to partake in vigilanteism or anything like that. Like, I think that it adds a really interesting idea and spin to the world and lore and everything like that of My Hero Academia that I hadn't even thought of before. Like, what do heroes do if they're not licensed? Do they still do hero work, or do they kind of just like do nothing? And I wonder if that's a question that gets posed a lot within the series. This is far and away the most fun you've had with My Hero Academia since 2018. Cool, because this looks like a really fun series. Going based off the opening alone and the idea, the premise of the series as well, I think it's a really great one, and I think it has a lot of potential. Back around season 3, the manga, this is based on what was just getting started very quickly. It got the reputation of being better than the main series for some, really, because it didn't go into the world-ending stakes of the main series and kept things small and personal. Yeah, I can completely understand that. That's kind of what I was talking about before, where My Hero Academia, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It feels like a lot of the characters don't get like a lot of their big payoff moments because their quirks and everything are like not as huge as like something like Bakugo or Deku or anything like that, where their quirks are very obviously created to be powerful and to go against final boss villains and everything like that. Some of them are like a lot smaller. Like, what's Momo gonna do? Like, I feel like some characters didn't really get the best payoff, sadly, by the end of the series. And I think that like smaller series like this are probably perfect for those characters if they were to kind of like be introduced and get little moments within this. I think that that's a really cool thing, and I love that so much. I think that this would be a lot of fun. And the opening has been showing, you know, a lot of these characters. It did show a lot of them, and I wonder then, seeing shots like these where, you know, our main character Kocchi is seen in this kind of like prone position, well, not prone, but like, I don't know how to describe it, and then a shot later on where it looks like he's zooming through the streets or something. This is obviously his quirk. Like, he gets down on his hands and knees and he can skate around? Like, is it kind of like he's like a ice hockey puck or something, and he just kind of like glides along a surface? That dance pop step does in the middle also became a bit of a meme. Yeah, really. Yeah, it's just a really cool moment, and the way that the coloration is and everything's done. Okay, it actually shows the names here. Pop Step. What's his hero name? The Crawler, with of course the All Might colors and insignia going through it and everything. So very clearly, Kocchi has been inspired similarly to Deku by All Might, and I guess that kind of explains his costume design as well. Kind of like Deku, where he's got like the All Might hair going up, but obviously Deku's looks a lot more like big ears, big bunny ears, and that's why that became like a joke within the series, where he kind of looked more like a bunny than he did All Might. The colors look so cool. The way this little dance is done is really fun. Pop Step looks like a really fun character. Probably brings a lot of bubbly energy and fun to the series. I wonder what her quirk is. I wonder if it's kind of related to kind of what we see here, where she can kind of influence people and kind of draw them under her spell type thing, because she's like an idol, and so maybe that it's kind of like commentary on idolism, where kind of idols are seemingly under the spell of an idol, and they follow their every word, every action, and everything like that. I wonder if that's kind of similar to what her quirk is. And Knuckle Duster, I don't know if he has a quirk, because he looks like he just gets down to business and starts beating ass. Like, he just looks like he's really tough, and I wonder if maybe that's his quirk. He's just like a really tough guy. Characters look like a lot of fun. The way that this is designed looks very Bones, but it also looks really colorful, kind of more so reminding me of, not exactly, but like a Mob Psycho than My Hero Academia, because like a lot of these characters have like a certain sheen on them. There's like a shine bouncing off a lot of these shots and characters, and I don't know if that's again just because it's the opening or not, but it doesn't look as like, I'm not shitting on My Hero Academia, by the way, but it doesn't look as flat in its colors as My Hero Academia proper does. Like, it does look very colorful, very bright, but it also looks a little different. Like the character designs almost look more stylized than in My Hero Academia, like not as rigid, not as boxy or something. Like, I'm not sure if that makes sense, but yeah, this was a really, really great opening. I'm so glad we checked this out. What a fun song as well. This also has a lot of very thick outlines in the characters, AOT Season 1-esque. That's cool. And that yet again, like, harks back to comic book style. I think that, who was it that did the opening for this? Kocchi no Kento. I don't believe I'm familiar with you whatsoever up to this point, but I hope we get to see more of you in the future. This was a really great opening, and yeah, what a fun one to start off. All right, well, start off number 2, but we're gonna check out number 3 now. So here we go, opening number 3. Let's see what we get in this next one. We're ready to go. Opening number 3. Here we go. Let's see what we get in this one. I after the past 2, like, this has got to continue the banger streak, surely. But yeah, here we go. This is really fast. Another girl band series. Not sure I recognize this one right off the bat, though. Holy shit. This is cool. Rock is a lady's Modesty. She looks like Kikuru from Kaiju number 8. And she looks insane. Oh shit, look at that pic, it's got a skull on it. Oh, a little black cat. Okay. This is a really great song. Ah! I wonder what they were doing there. This looks like a take no shit kind of series. It very much seems like the two main characters are the lead guitarist and the drummer, though. The kitty cat! The exhaustion. The puddle of sweat at the bottom is so funny for like each of them. This is Rock as a Lady's Modesty, produced by Bandai Namco Pictures. Really? A spin-off of Sunrise that has handled Gintama since 2015. Interesting. Directed by Shinya Watada, whose portfolio is on one side Gundam and the other Lovely. That's really funny. Two completely different series, like the two different sides of anime, you know, idols and mecha. That's really funny. There's like 4 people attached to the music who all don't quite match the series in their other work, and it's based on the young animal Berserk. March comes in like a lion. Manga by Hiroshi Fukuda. The song is Ready to Rock by BAND-MAID Zenshu. That was a badass, fun opening. I'm surprised that this was done by BAND-MAID and not by the in-series band. I feel like most, if not all, girl band series that we've seen up till this point have all been in-house band opening and probably also ending. I feel like the only, you know, band opening that I can think of that might not have been the in-house band that did the opening was Beck. I can't recall if that was the in-series band itself or not. Lilisa is enrolled into an elite all-girls school after her mother remarries with a real estate tycoon. To fit in, Lilisa strives to be the ideal of a high-class lady by completely abandoning her much more modest upbringing, chiefly her love of the guitar. She encounters another student with a concealed love of the drums. Yeah, that drummer looks bonkers. She looks like she is unhinged. And through a violent jam session, hell yeah, we love a good violent jam session. I bet that's a really fun scene in the series. Rekindles her old passion. Can she balance her ladylike pretenses with her love of the devil's music? The in-series band are an instrumental only band. Not that really stops them from doing the opening. I get what you're saying. It doesn't really stop them, but that makes sense because like I was like when I was towards the end of the opening, like wow, the lead guitarist and the drummer look like they're obviously the main characters. I was kind of scanning for a singer and I didn't notice one, but I just thought that was just for the purposes of the opening. So that's really really interesting. I think that's a fun premise because that would make for some really badass like music within the series. The fact that there's no singing, so there's no limitation for the instrumentation, you know, like they don't have to limit themselves to you know, playing rhythmically so that the singer can shine. This time, like, the instruments will shine, and that's a really fun premise. I feel like I've not seen an anime series like that before. Every anime series about a band or anything like that I've seen has obviously had a main singer present right front and center. They do tackle that idea well. That's really fun. And obviously if they're going to be doing really heavy music, which this looks like it's doing, instrumentation is going to be really important. So not limiting themselves by having a singer is a really fun idea. I wonder if the series maybe will end with them getting a singer, or if one of the big niche things about the series is that they don't want a singer, which would be equally as cool. Like I said, obviously seeing a shot like this, not so much, because the hair is very long and like it gets very twirly towards the bottom, kind of Biscuit-esque from Hunter x Hunter, but the character design and the yellow hair with the big ponytails coming out like that reminds me a little of Kikoru from Kaiju number 8. Kaiju number 8, of course, might be ended by the time I uploaded this video, which is insane. But the music, badass. BAND-MAID, I'm so glad that they're back. I loved what BAND-MAID did with Zenshu. I was saying during that Zenshu opening, I really hope we get to see more BAND-MAID because that Zenshu opening was incredible. I think it was the opening that BAND-MAID did, right? It could have been the ending. I might be wrong, but I think it was the opening. And this one was just so in your face, flashy, like just big balls to the wall, like sound. And I think that like wall of sound that Wasn't it Zenshu that I was saying like was just like a wall of sound? I think that sound, that wall of sound is perfect for this. It is so fitting. Like everything that we're seeing, BAND-MAID was the perfect artist and group to get behind this opening. And yeah, I hope that we get to see more of BAND-MAID, because this wall of sound doesn't maybe suit every anime. Like if you were to put like BAND-MAID in a Re:Zero, I don't know if that would really fit so much, but in a series like this, so good. It's so perfect. And yeah, I'm so glad that we got to hear them again so soon. I remember you said, Pinecino, that BAND-MAID would be coming up again in spring, back when we did that. So I guess seeing this kind of shot is really good at kind of displaying the two worlds that our main character lives in, where she is living in the world in the bottom left, like the smaller part, like it's I think a smaller part of the screen than the main part up here, where it's showing like the ladylike stuff, but she looks happy down in the bottom left with her bandmates and everything, whereas up at the top right, everything is bright, everything is so like elegant, there's flowers in the air, everyone looks happy, the girls are very like like, I think it's really good at showing those two worlds here. I wouldn't have thought of that unless you had said that, Pinecino. Like I wouldn't have drawn that conclusion myself, that she is a hard rocker being forced to live the life of a lady. Like I guess I wasn't getting that from the opening itself. I was just kind of getting like these two badasses that I would have guessed they were lifelong friends, if I'm being perfectly honest. The two, the drummer and the lead guitarist. I would have guessed they were lifelong friends because of how close they seem to be already. They seem to bounce off one another. I bet their dynamic is a lot of fun to watch in this series. I bet that they just bring a lot of chaotic energy. Drummer especially looks like she is the chaotic character, whereas our main character maybe brings a little less of that because she's balancing two worlds, so she maybe has to like tap into her ladylike virtues as she is rocking out. The designs and the way that they dress themselves is really cool. It's like the way they're like not their stage design, but their stage presence, like their appearance, what they wear and everything. It's reminding me of this is going to be embarrassing that I can't think of the name of it. Ave Mujica. I got it. It's reminding me of Ave Mujica, where it looks very like, I wouldn't say Victorian, or like, I don't know what it is, but it's very like older, kind of like the long dresses that look very gothic. It's kind of got that look to it. I think that's really cool. Also, I don't know what the name of the band is, because normally you'll see like the name of the band on the drum or something like that. Maybe they don't even name themselves. Maybe they literally just meet up to jam out and have fun, which would be just as cool. Rock Lady, it says here, so I wonder if that's their name, Rock Lady, because we see here like the shot, it's very Nirvana Nevermind, like the way that the album cover looks, where she looks to be in water reaching out for the pick. And that's kind of like what we see throughout this opening as well, where we see shots of her like holding up the puck or the pick, and then there's a shot, I if I can find it, I probably can't. Oh, right here. It's literally this very shot where she's in the water reaching for it. I think it's very clearly trying to draw comparisons to Nevermind, right? But yeah, Rock Lady, rock band, really cool. The way the rest of the characters look, I think it's cool that they each look to have their own personality, very much like any series ever, of course. But it's kind of hard to pick out like the kind of personalities that Blue Girl and White Girl have. I'm not really able to figure that out. I wonder if the blue one is a little more reserved because she's the keyboard player, and I feel like that's kind of like a typical trope where in like I'm thinking, the only thing I'm thinking about is School of Rock, like the piano player, keyboard player, he's very reserved. And obviously like comparing to School of Rock is bonkers, but I wonder if that's kind of like the same thing where she just kind of stands in one place, and that's kind of like showcasing that side of her where she doesn't have to look up, she can just look down the entire time. Whereas the I'm guessing it's the bass player all the way on the right, the white haired girl, she looks very confident in herself. Maybe I'm completely wrong in that, but she does look like she'd be very confident and sure of herself. But she also, like, shots like these where she's, you know, holding her arms up like this, she's maybe very like the, I don't know like the right word to describe, but like the kind of character who is very blunt. Maybe she's that kind of character. They do name drop Linkin Park in episode 1. Really, that's fun. It's like the perfect opening because they've got a little black cat following them around the entire time, and it's so heckin' adorable. Interesting though that we see like what might be the ladies at the top, kind of the ladylike look, get swarmed by maybe fans of the band or something eventually, because that's what it looks like. Shots like these are really cool too, because that like insane vibrancy in the water is like, that looks so cool. I really do like it, and I think that it's fun that a lot of this opening is done through the lens of a camera, where, you know, a lot of it we see the bars in the top right corner, and by the end of the opening we see that the bar is completely empty, like right here. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, the bar is empty, and I think that if that's kind of like a similar like if they're kind of describing like their energy levels through the like same way as the bar in the top right, that's cool, because we see that they are depleted in the same way the camera battery is depleted. And, you know, obviously at the beginning they've got energy. Actually maybe not, because we see that it's like almost depleted at that point too, so maybe that's not the case. I thought that that would be a really fun little thing that they would have done here. But then there's a section in this where things get batshit insane. Like, this is the kind of like shots and looks that you know, I'm kind of expecting the Gachakuda opening to have, like where it's all like graffiti-esque and really like colorful and having like these really trippy looking shots, but it's showing the cat, so that's cool. It would be a really awesome wallpaper, absolutely. Like, let me see if I can find the shot of the cat that I'm trying to find there. Like, it's just so cool. Like, this cat's the best character. Like, is anyone gonna fight me on that? Is anyone gonna deny me of that? Incredible song, incredible visuals, really, really fun opening. And yeah, I think though I might be ready to move on to the next one. So if we're ready, let's move on to opening number 4. But yeah, like, what a great run we're on so far. This has been really fun so far. You're very interested in that Gachakuda opening based on the song. Yeah, I don't know anything about the song. I haven't heard even a snippet of it. I haven't seen the name of it. I haven't heard who's doing the song. So I am very much out of the loop, thankfully. So here we go. Let's check out opening number 4. Let's see what we get in this next one. Oh shit, the crows? That's not a good sign. I can't read what it says yet. Oh shit. This is very aesthetic. This has gotta be Lazarus, right? It's reminding me of the Cowboy Bebop opening. Yeah, okay. Oh, another instrumentation opening? Hell yeah. Wow, this is a real throwback to like an older generation of anime. This is very nostalgic feeling. I saw Watanabe's name in there. Hey, hell yeah. This is fun. Even though they're all just falling, this is really cool. Mappa. Wow, look at them go. I love the like kind of downbeat vibe and feel to this. And the character designs look sick, might I add. Lazarus. That was cool. Like, it wasn't as flashy in your face as what we were getting the past three openings, but that sax, I hope it's a saxophone. I'm not embarrassing myself. That was so cool, so smooth, so jazzy, just like of course, the classic Cowboy Bebop opening, Tank, that everybody knows. And yeah, this was so like groovy and really completely different feel from what I was expecting after the past three. But yeah, this was maybe exactly what we needed to bring things and scale things back a bit and still have a great opening. And this is Lazarus, produced by Mappa, created, written and directed by the Shinichiro Watanabe, Bebop, Champloo, Dandy, Kids on the Slope, and Carol and Tuesday, of course. I think that's all that we've checked out on the channel so far. Action direction by Chad I don't know how to pronounce his name, of John Wick fame, of course. And character designs by Akemi Hayashi, Banana Fish. Banana Fish, surprisingly a series we have not tackled yet on this channel. The music is scored by saxophonist, or is it saxophonist? Like, I don't know the correct way to say that. Kamasi, Washington, and DJs / producers Bonobo and Floating Points. The song is Vortex by Kamasi, Washington. Lol. I don't know if it's saxophonist or like saxophonist, like the way to pronounce that word. Both of them sound right in my head. Sorry, before we go on, Banana Fish is one of those series that my wife didn't finish. She had like 1 or 2 episodes left and looked up the spoilers for the last episode and started bawling her eyes out and decided she did not want to finish it. So yeah, Banana Fish, very intriguing to me because it's the series I know next to nothing about, and that's all I really know about it. But yeah, back to this opening, of course. There's the lads. Really cool character designs, might I add. I really like the kind of simple looks to them, but they really stand out at the same time. Everything about this is screaming like the coolness of Cowboy Bebop. In 2052, a genius scientist, Dr. Skinner, so this is in 2052, that's crazy, discovered a mass distributed a miracle painkiller drug he dubbed Hapna. Skinner then mysteriously disappeared for 3 years, re-emerging in an online video where he confesses that Hapna has a lethal half-life of 3 years. Shit. Amidst widespread panic, sorry, before I go further, of 3 years, and he re-emerges after 3 years to say that, that's cruel. That's awful. Yeah, that's insane. Amidst widespread panic, as the initial set of adopters are set to die within a month, yeah, that's insane, a task force named Lazarus is assembled to track down Skinner's whereabouts and develop a vaccine before Hapna claims its first wave of victims. That's a really cool premise for a series, actually. I really like that because it's set in the future, but it's not like science-y, like super futuristic. From what I saw in the opening, it looks more like an industrial kind of future, where, you know, you know what I'm trying to say, is kind of like taking over big buildings, everything like that. Big Pharma is obviously still there because a lot of the premise of the series is centered around a drug, a painkiller that was created. You can't remember, but Shinichi Watanabe interview hopes has better connection. He said Lazarus is the same universe as Cowboy Bebop and Carol and Tuesday. Interesting. I think that would be cool, but I imagine this is set way before Cowboy Bebop, and also like Carol and Tuesday is in the same universe as Cowboy Bebop. That's insane. He did say that, but you think he just got that to get the question off his back. Fair enough. Carol and Tuesday does not strike me as the kind of series that would be set in the same universe as Cowboy Bebop. Granted, I haven't seen the series, but you know, I guess maybe it's kind of like the same thing of like Quentin Tarantino, where like there's references, there's things that you know, show up in one series that will show up in another and stuff like that. It's maybe just like that, like an in-house kind of universe that isn't really like a huge importance for the series. But yeah, like the series does look a lot closer to Cowboy Bebop than anything else I've seen from Watanabe. I actually like Champloo kind of has like a similar vibe, but this looks more like gritty and like on the ground. I know that's funny saying, you know, on the ground, you know, Cowboy Bebop, when it's in space. But you know what I mean? Like it kind of has that grittiness and that like, you know, that a lot of this opening is done very stylistically similar to the Cowboy Bebop opening, and it also kind of has like a dark look to it. You know, where characters are falling, they're in darkness. You know, you see their silhouettes a lot. You know, silhouettes also Cowboy Bebop, but kind of focusing on like not showing these characters' faces whatsoever until the very end gives them a mysterious feel. And that's maybe what this was going for, where we kind of see like their hair, we see the outline, so we can tell who they are when we actually know the characters. If we know who the characters are and then go back to the opening, we can tell who's who because of their designs and everything, but they're shrouded in mystery. And maybe them being a, you know, a special task force named Lazarus. Lazarus is also a really interesting name for the premise of the series. You know, Lazarus was reborn after like dying and stuff, like the Lazarus pit and all that, biblical reference and all of that. Also, like, I'm saying this, my only knowledge of Lazarus is from The Binding of Isaac, the video game, and from that, you know, I understand like Lazarus's part, I guess, within like the Bible and all of that. So the fact that they are codenamed Lazarus and they're trying to save humanity, or the first wave of humans who will die in a month, I think that's really cool because they're bringing humanity back. They're bringing back the hope of humanity, because at this point, you know, maybe a lot of them have decided and settled and accepted the fact that they are going to die. Like, I don't know if people know that this task force Lazarus is actually out there doing this. Maybe this is very secretive so that people don't get that hope. Like, maybe they don't know that this is happening. So this Lazarus force is very underground. Only like the top brass knows about it. I'm curious now, like, the fact that this is directed by the John Wick guy, right? And the fact that it's Watanabe seemingly going back to like what he's maybe best known for with, you know, a lot of his action series. I wonder then like what the antagonistic draw is for this. Like, is there a force that forced this scientist guy to develop this painkiller in order to kind of like purge humanity, to like kind of like wipe out like a huge chunk because, you know, the earth is dying? Like, is it that kind of story? Like, you know, I'm thinking you could think of so many different series where like, you know, the planet is dying and so like someone takes it upon themselves to purge humanity, like a culling type thing. There's a lot of series like that, and that's what I'm wondering if that's what this series is, because obviously there's going to be action. Like, there's gotta be action with the names that they've got behind the series. Even the fact that it's produced by MAPPA, who are like really, really like it or not, like, you know, MAPPA are really good at action, you know, these days. Like, look at JJK, like that series is incredible. Like, when it comes to its action sequences. Action Junkie Studio. Think that it's really intriguing that the opening doesn't give anything away for the series itself. It really just like gives you the vibes of Cowboy Bebop. And I hate to say that over and over and over again, because I'm sure this series stands in its own 2 feet and stands its own legs and doesn't need to be compared to Cowboy Bebop. But like, it's hard not to think of that series when you're thinking of this one. Wait, what do you mean what are you humming me for? I don't really know if I have much more to say about this, because like, there's not really a lot to get from this opening. You know, it's just very much silhouettes with a badass saxophone in the background, and then finally like seeing shots of the main characters. I'm guessing I said something that is lore relevant within the series that maybe I don't realize. So when I'm editing this back, I'll maybe realize what I said. But yeah, character designs look sick. The look of the series is so cool. Nope, I didn't. Okay, interesting. I might be ready to move on to the next one already. Opening number 5, if we're ready. This was a really cool one. This was like pure rule of cool, like fun, energy, completely different from what we had in the past 4. So yeah, let's check out opening number 5. Here we go. All right, let's see what we get in opening number 5 for this video. Here we go. Intense. Windbreaker is back! Holy shit. I forgot Windbreaker was returning. This better be as much a banger as the last one. Oh shit, look at that! That was very like Gone-esque. Character designs are pretty cool here. Really like the look of the characters here. Damn, look at them like coming through like oil, it looks like. Holy shit, look at that action. This is a really good opening. There's the heterochromia back. Was that girl in the first opening? This looks incredible. This is such a good looking opening. Holy shit. Wow. That was great. This is the opening of Windbreaker Season 2 BOYZ by SixTONES. Yeah, I guess being called BOYZ is very fitting. You know, this is a series for the boys, a series about the boys. But you know, they did look like it introduced some female characters within this. Unless I'm once again like misgendering, as I so often do apparently within these openings. But yeah, there's so many cool shots in this. There's so many like moments that are just screaming badass, and it looks incredible. The series, like, I remember I really liked the first opening and I love the song, but visuals plus song in this one, while I might have a slight preference for the first opening song, I think that as an overall opening, this is like incredible. This is probably in like much better in my opinion. Not that the first one was bad, but this one, the visuals are so good. They're so up there, and the song also just kicks ass and is a lot of fun. The fight choreography is amazing, and you applaud the animators and the choreographer. Absolutely, yeah, like I can tell. And I know that Pinecino, who, you know, was saying in the chat the last time during season 1, he wasn't a huge fan of season 1. He still thought that the action was by far the best part of the series, and he had a lot of praise for it. Series like these are also for the girls in aspects, yeah. Yeah, but I just think that the title BOYZ is a really cool one for the opening. Like, shots like these, how can you like look at this and not think this is badass? Like, that's so cool. It's like the fuzziness of like shots like these is reminding me of like Solo Leveling Ending, you know, where it's like got this kind of fuzzy look and like it's almost distorted, but that's like about all that I can compare to like Solo Leveling, apart from the fact that the choreography and the fighting looks amazing. Like the action sequence around the end here, like if I can find it, I definitely can't because I'm really bad at finding these things, but yeah, like action sequences like these go so hard. Like they are, I don't know, like it's really good looking, and I commend the team that worked in the series a lot. Like Pinecino, could you remind me who develops the series, because I honestly have forgotten, or produces this series, not rather. The lighting on the hair and everything, the reflections on fabric, and I don't know, like this series, like I remember the first opening looking good. Cloverworks, okay, well that explains a lot, but this season, like, granted again, like maybe this is just the opening, but if the series looks anything like this with the lighting, the reflections, the attention to detail, everything like that, that's it. Like this could be an amazing series. Fighting animation coming from Bocchi the Rock, of course. Yeah, of course. And the same team that produced many of your favorite gifts from Bocchi the Rock, working on on a Windbreaker season 2. Eye Patch Dude is so cool and mysterious. Yeah, I'm getting that vibe from him. The fact that he's in shadows and the only light is like reflected off his eye. and even then it's just the bottom half of his eye and just a little bit to the left of his face, or well, it would be his right but the left of the screen. So I feel like, you know, there's maybe a lot to learn there from the mysteriousness of this character, just on the way it shows him right there. We get like a crybaby character, of course. The whole opening is cool. Like I said earlier, there was a shot right here. This is, I feel like I'm not the first to say this, but this is reminding me a lot of Gone Freaks from Hunter x Hunter. Like everyone knows the scene, everyone knows the moment that I'm talking about, of course, and like that's one of the most badass and seeing like crazy moments in like animation that I have seen from Hunter x Hunter. And so to see it like kind of emulated here, it's just a lot, it's just really cool. But it looks like there's blood all over his hands here, so I wonder what that's about, because I remember you were saying that the kind of premise of this series is that it's a series about a group of delinquents who don't actually like just go out and fight. They do good for the community. They protect their community. And that's what's making this opening really interesting and like curious to me, because this looks really intense. Like shots like these, seeing this kind of like face. Also, I guess you could say this face, it's reminding me a little of the trader from from One Piece Wano. You know, when it's showing the trader, it kind of has this kind of look. Seeing this kind of look for the face, blood spewing out of the hands and everything, it makes it look like some real bad shit goes on here. And that's not what I thought the series was. I thought the series was a lot more like kind-hearted and less like intense with the just fighting. They only fight when they have to, even when they aren't delinquent that much, really. They are like a bunch of do-gooders that sometimes run into the most cartoonishly evil delinquents. Fair enough. Okay, well that's maybe that maybe makes a lot more sense in my mind then. But our main character here, what's his name? Sakura? Is his name Sakura? He looks like he really goes through it this season. Like in the first season, he looked like he was learning his place and he was learning his like role within society, and he wanted to be a delinquent. He wanted to get back at everyone that bullied him for making fun of him for his appearance and everything like that. But this one makes him look like he's really going through it. Like it's not that he's learning his place, he's more so like being put through the ringer. Like he is involved in a lot of bad shit, and this guy that it shows right here looks to be a part of that, because he kind of just fades away, and I wonder if that character, something happens to him or something. The boys are all here. The character on the left, I remember he had a really cool fight scene in the first opening, and he looks like he's so uninterested in all our shit. But here we see like the shadow, the veil of secrecy, the veil of mysteriousness being pulled away, and we start to see his face peek through. And that's obviously intentional too, but I don't know what this veil of secrecy or like just a veil in general is kind of hiding, or if it's kind of like a mask to protect him or something like that. But yeah, it's gone by the time we get to the end of this opening. Oh, here's the sequence right here that I wanted to check out again. Look at this, like this running animation, in like holy shit, it's so good. It is so good. I think that this would be a really fun series to watch. Yeah, you guys are gonna have to tell me just how much you're enjoying season 2, especially compared to season 1. Like Pinecino, are you enjoying season 2 more than season 1 anyway? That would be interesting to me, because I know, like I said already, season 1 wasn't exactly your cup of tea because you wanted delinquent series where the delinquents are delinquent. But yeah, they look like they just beat down in this series. They're like about the same to you. Fair enough. Okay. But yeah, this one to me just is a lot more interesting than season 1's look, even though season 1 did really interest me. It looks like this one is a lot more character driven, while also being more intense. There's maybe more action in this season than the previous one. Shots like these as well, like the wind chimes and everything, like so cool, because like there's no lines around like the outlines, and that's like making me realize now that the characters have very weak outlines around them, which I think is a cool choice because there's a lot of colorization within this series, and so like to just focus on the colors instead of like having these really thick backgrounds or thick outlines is a really cool choice. Song, might I say, yet again, badass, so cool. I think I'll be listening to this song again once I finish stream. I'll be listening to a lot of these songs again once I finish stream, but this one is definitely one of maybe at the forefront right now for the song I want to listen to all over again. And yeah, this is going to be a really fun one to watch back while I'm editing, because holy shit, what a great opening this was. Windbreaker is 2 for 2. Incredible. And I wonder what this whole green kind of thing is, because we're seeing the water reflect off his face probably, but it looks green. And when we saw him kind of standing here, there was a green light that shone off him. It makes it look very sickly, so I don't know like what the green's supposed to represent, because all I see is like a real sickly look. I wonder if that's what it's supposed to represent or something like that. But yeah, let's maybe move on to the next one, number 6. This was incredible. I think that these have been so good, all of them so far, and yeah, I'm interested to see what we get in the next one. So here we go. If we're ready, we're gonna check out opening number 6 here. I don't know how many there are in this video, but yeah, we're gonna dive right into number 6. So here we go. Ooh. Fire Force is back. This feels a lot slower than anything I've seen from Fire Force so far. Oh shit, that like drum is going crazy. Oh shit. Wow, this song's really cool. I know it's gonna just pop off any second now. Not as big a pop off as I thought, but it's very fitting for the kind of downbeat vibe that it had. I think it's a really good opening. I really like how different this feels. Shark Teeth. Fire Force. Wow, all these colors come together. The smile at the end. Oh shit, his flames birthed life? Yeah, that was very different from what I would have expected from Fire Force. Fire Force has been very brash and in your face from anything that I've seen so far. The fact that this felt very melancholic almost really surprised me. I guess that it makes sense for a series, like a shonen series, I guess, to kind of like have maybe an arc where things look like the odds look insurmountable, and it looks like things are at their absolute worst, and it looks like, you know, there's no coming back from this. And maybe that's what this is, where they kind of go through that moment, and this is like maybe when they're at their worst. This is the presumed first opening of Fire Force's third and final season, High Flame by Hold. Oh shit, okay. Undead Unluck opening, Oshinoko ending 1. Wasn't ending 1 done by Queen Bee? Is this done by Queen Bee? Because I feel like Queen Bee did the Undead Unluck opening and Oshinoko ending 1. I hope anyway. I hope I'm not making a fool of myself. Oh, you're copying pasting it out? That's really weird. Yes, it's Queen Bee. Okay. Cool. I'm glad I've got a little bit of a memory for these things. This was very different, and yeah, I hope that this isn't the final opening, because, you know, you kind of want like a final opening to be bombastic and just like full of energy and just it to feel like a final opening. This one didn't feel so much like a final opening, but more that it was a character driven arc. Like, this seems to be an arc not so much about going out there and fighting, but maybe one that's more about everything, the struggles that everyone's going through, maybe coming to a head. Maybe that's not the case, but that's definitely how it feels anyway within this. I don't really know if I can learn a lot from this because it's been so long since I watched the other openings that I've forgotten my theories. But everyone does look like they're all looking away. They're all looking towards like the rubble, the damage that's been done. This looks like the fire department place, like the church or whatever that they were in front of like a opening 2, I think. So I wonder if like their headquarters has been damaged and there's like nothing they can do about it, and they're all kind of looking out. It looks very like this is the end for them. Like nothing could be worse than this almost. Like they've maybe lost a lot. Like they lost a big battle maybe at the end of season 2, and this is picking up right from that moment. Or this is kind of like maybe spoiling something within season 3 that like things don't go as they want them to. And of course there's a little fan service here even in shots like those, but the character designs look cool. Like this guy right here looks a lot like Ida to me. Like I feel like I probably said that during the other openings, but that's all I see when I see this guy, just like Ida from My Hero Academia. And yeah, I wonder if this rain falling is kind of like ironic considering this is Fire Force where they use fire to fight and everything. So like this rain might be kind of indicating that their fire has gone out and it's been extinguished, and this rain is like metaphoric for that. You will say the distance between this season and the previous one has been a thing. There was a character that literally said, "Hey, did you forget my power?" And I think everyone watching felt like, "Oh yeah, actually I have." Really? That's so funny. I wonder if that was like written in the manga, or if it's like you said, like they kind of did that on the nose. But yeah, like these characters looking very down, like they're being stripped away like of their gear, what they wear and everything. Like the girl on the left, she's not wearing her like nun suit or whatever, but the girl on the right, she's batshit insane. Like she looks like she's straight out of Devilman. Like look at that smile, that sharp ass, the way the mouth has been pulled to a sharp smile and everything, and the big eyes, and I don't know, just everything about this looks very Devilman. And the thing in the background here, I don't know what this is supposed to represent, but doesn't look good anyway. Like the big eyes, it's very like Beast of Darkness-esque. And it looks like, yeah, everyone's just kind of reaching for something. The Okubo grin. Okubo grin, not grin. What am I saying? I think that this design is really interesting, like having a crown over your eyes. Like, I get that it's a cool look, but like... what function does it serve? Like it just looks crazy. But yeah, there's another big ass grin. This character right here looks insane. Like they've got a galaxy in their eye or something. Like I don't know how the powers work in this series, but it has me worried that they're up against odds that are maybe far too strong for them this season. The coloration and everything here, like this scene right here, this is really cool. Like the way this all happened, that sequence right there is so badass. Like it's reminding me of Zenshu, I guess, because the eyeballs come into frame here while there's a lot of color in the background. The color in the background looks very like Star Wars-esque when they're like using light speed and everything. So I wonder if this is introducing some sort of like time travel aspect. I wouldn't think so, but I wonder if there's something going on here to indicate that this is something alien to them, like whatever this force is that they're fighting. I think I thought that this guy in the previous seasons was like maybe a mentor that turned on our main character. So I feel like that was like kind of the theory I was running with, because he was standing with our main character and then against him. But yeah, then we get what Fire Force openings I think are like known for most, which is like this flashy firefighting. And I just think it's really funny that like they take firefighting literally, where they fight with fire. Like it's just something I would never have like thought of in a million years, but it's so funny. This character, I don't know, looks like, I don't know, that looks really, really curious. Looks like something almost out of like Solo Leveling, I would say, but also not really. Yeah, I've seen a late spoiler for the manga that was bonkers, that you're really anticipating how the anime handles it. One thing I will say though, I have heard that people talk about how Okubo the endings for Soul Eater and Fire Force are like so good that like nobody can shit on them. Like, yes, I know it's a meme, the Soul Eater anime ending, but like I've heard that this guy writes a good ending for a series, a very satisfying ending as well. So I'm sure that people are going to be satisfied and happy with the ending of this series. I just like, I don't know, like I feel like I've never been able to see like or sense what the main antagonist's like goal is here. I really don't know what they're fighting against, what they're fighting for, like what the purpose of this series even is. Like that's probably like for some reason the biggest mystery within this series for me. Like what is the purpose of this series? Like what are the I guess like, you know, you could look at any series with no context and like not really have an idea what it's about, and that's fair, that's totally fine. I just like think it's really strange that this series really kind of hides that stuff within its openings. Like we see that they're fighting, but there's no kind of clue or indication what they're fighting against, what the bad guys are fighting for, or anything like that. So yeah, I don't know. Character design's always cool. The colors always badass. Like the song was really interesting for this, really different, not what I expected, but I think it was a good choice. I think that going for that kind of sound was definitely very fitting for the visuals within this opening. But you know, it's definitely not my favorite Fire Force opening. You know, that's always going to be opening number one, Inferno. Like that opening is just like it's something else. But yeah, I feel like I might be ready to check out the next opening here. Yeah, let's check out opening number 7. This is really cool. I'm glad we were able to check out Fire Force again. It's been too long. Maybe one day I'll check out the endings. You know, that's still coming. All right, let's check out this next one. Here we go. Oh, this is fun. I like the jumpiness of this a lot. Shoshimin. How to Become Ordinary Season 2. I love how this looks so much. Wow, look at that. That's so cool. Come on. Wow. This is like so cool. Wow. This is really good. This is a really cool opening. Wow, look at all these different styles. Like that looked very Junji Ito. Just then. Clay? Is there anything this opening doesn't have? Holy shit. This is really cool. Wow. That was 10 out of 10. Like this might be my favorite opening so far. Like just overall, like the look, the visuals, and the song as well, just so perfect. This was a really great opening. It reminds me a lot of the opening for the MAID anime. I'm never gonna remember the name of that MAID anime, but where, you know, it had all these different styles. It had like cutout styles. It had like real world imagery and stuff with the characters kind of put in there and everything. Like, yeah, that's what this reminds me a lot of. But I feel like this is taking that idea and making it infinitely better. Like this is so good. Shoshimin. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. How to Become Ordinary Season 2, produced by Lapin Track, directed by Mamoru Kanbei, Promised Neverland and Elfen Lied, scripted by Toshiya Uno, Promised Neverland, Land of the Lustrous, and 86. Music by Takahiro Obata. Hey, what do you know? Promised Neverland. That's crazy. They just put everyone from Promised Neverland on this. I'm surprised this isn't Cloverworks. And based on a novel series by Honobu Yonezawa, Hyoka. Wait, this is based on a novel series. Interesting. The song is Martian by Yorushika. Forgive me. The song is Martian by Yorushika, Frieren opening 2 and Orb ending 2. That's crazy because not long ago when we checked out the ending for Orb, the second ending, I was like, wow, I really hope we get to hear more Yorushika. I hope we get to hear Yorushika in opening form soon. And what do you know, just yesterday I recorded Frieren opening or Frieren endings. Let me start that again. I recorded Frieren episode 17, which has the new opening in there by Yorushika, and we're also checking this out today, which is Yorushika yet again. The maid anime is called Your Ms. Maid. Yeah, okay, it's very simple. I just couldn't remember the name of it. This is the second season to a series that started last year following young sleuths Kobato and Osanai. The highly inquisitive and seemingly cold nature has put off many around them, leading to a mutual pact that they will become ordinary. This proves to be quite the struggle. That's really funny. That's a cool little premise right there. So like they're sleuths, so they go around like being inquisitive, as you said, you know, trying to solve things. Yeah, I think that's really cool. And like, you know, the idea of how to be ordinary, and then within this opening it shows so many different styles that I for one, I'm guessing the style of the anime is the style of this final shot. But as you're watching the opening, you can't pinpoint the style of the series. Like there's no real indication what the style of the series is. And so like there is no ordinary for this opening. And the opening is far from ordinary, which makes a lot of like sense for what the series is about. They solve minor mysteries around town and then crimes happen. Shit. That's crazy. How can you be normal when there's crime happening? The character designs look really good, by the way. I love how they look. I love the way their hairs look and everything. I love the way, you know, like the lining is done. I don't know what it is, but like a lot of modern anime, something about like the way shadows are done and lighting is done on like hands and just like bodies and just the outlines around them and everything, just like it really like grabs me in. Like something about this is just screaming, like it just looks so crisp, it looks so good, it looks pristine. Yeah, like that's a great word for it. Visually super cinematic and slick. Hell yeah. Yeah, for a series I've never heard about, like the fact that this opening alone was this good, and it's hooked me. It's hooked me. I don't know what to say. Like we've checked out like so many great openings so far today, and this is going to be the one that I think about. I think like there could be more to come. Like there's more obviously, but like this is incredible. This was a great opening, and like I said, for a series I had never heard of before, so many different visual styles within this, and I don't know, like I feel like I'm just like gonna just keep glazing this series without having the right words to describe why I feel so strongly about how great this looks. But yeah, like I said, I'd never heard of the series before, and this is so high up on my radar now. I wish I could like look at this opening and like pinpoint all the different styles that it's reminding me of, but like, you know, just shots like these, like this is so creative and so good and like so cool. Like having this as well, like what is this? Is this a fax machine or a photocopier or something? And like just someone is recording it and doing paper, whatever that's called, like, you know what I mean. So good. And like, yeah, then we get some shots of how the anime actually looks, but then shots like these remind me of Zenshu or something like hyper like in your face with the coloration and everything, and like the style and all that real world imagery like this. I don't know what it is, but I don't think DDDDDD had it, but like a shot like this with like the coloring and everything is reminding me of like DDD, Dead, Demon Destruction, all of that stuff. Would you believe me if you told me that the opening for the first season was done by Eve and you hadn't the room for it for last year's playlist? Really? That's crazy. But then like a shot like this is reminding me of This is reminding me of something, but I don't know what. Like, there's just so many different styles within this that are just reminding me of other things. I want to say it's reminding me of like, granted I haven't read it, I haven't watched it or anything like that, it's coming out, but it's reminding me of like a summer, the summer Hikaru died or something like that. You can see him feeling it's reminding you of something, but you can't name it. Or like something, like Blue Period? I don't know. You got Sonny Boy vibes towards the end, if anyone is familiar. Reminds you of Chainsaw Man ending. I can see that, yeah. There's so many different Chainsaw Man endings that, yeah, there's probably that kind of like look in there somewhere. Seeing this as well, where it's like one person sitting there and then it's overlaid with them looking like they're looking at each other, but in reality, they have been drawn separate from one another. So it's just, everything about this is so cool. And I feel like it's telling me a lot, but sadly I'm not picking. This looks like, well, not exactly now that I paused on it, but it was reminding me as we were watching it of Junji Ito, you know, like his style where like it's very thin lining and like the hair gets like very individual strands and everything like that, and it's got a very particular style. But now that I'm paused on it, it doesn't look so much like that. So maybe not. Claymation and everything. This looks like something else as well. Is it what's that like? Is it making? Is that what this is reminding me of or something like that? Or, while we both said making, that's really funny. But it's like, it's reminding me of other stuff. And I think that's so cool that it's almost like this series is telling you like, this is very much about trying to be something else. And it's even present in the opening itself. This visual right here, it's reminding me of like Zom 100 or something. There's probably something better that it looks like, but that's what it's reminding me of anyway. The jumping off of this, it's very, you know, did someone say Gojo JJK? But yeah, like what a just cool opening this was. Visually, sonically, everything about this was perfect. This is like, I can guarantee you by the end of this year, this is going to be in my top 10 favorite openings for the year. Like, this is everything that just ticks all my boxes. You know, like, I don't need something flashy all the time, but flashy sometimes ends up being my favorites. I just need something that really grips me, like just makes me invested, and just, I don't know, like, I don't know how many times I've said I don't know within this opening alone. I fear I don't really have much more to say about this either. Like, it's just the perfect opening for me. And yeah, I just think I'm ready now to move on to the next one. But yeah, this was a great one. I'm glad this was included because, yeah, you didn't include the first opening, which is by Eve. That's crazy to me. I thought that I'd come out of this with one of the, like, Hype Beast openings being my favorite. But yeah, that was so good. But yeah, let's move on to opening number 8 and see what we get in this next one. Here we go. We're going to dive right into opening number 8. Here we go. Okay. Very fast, like just... Apothecary Diaries, let's go! Oh, the piano. Is that Jinshi with the mask on? Okay, it's covering everyone's face, not the cat. Oh, this is fun. The kitty. Oh, I really like this song. This is really fun. It's really bouncy. Oh, even she's a suspect. Wow, look at this style. This is really cool, this style right here. Was that 3D, that mask? Holy shit. The mask is dropped, and it had no color. Pushing her. Go to him. That's what she's being pushed towards, right? Wow, that was a really good one. So I will drop a theory, I guess, for what I think the mask represents. So maybe there was someone who was spotted trying to poison someone, and they don't know who it was. They only know that they were wearing this fox mask, and so like everyone is a suspect this season. Nobody knows who it was that was trying to poison, and so everyone is a suspect. Even Jinshi, even Mao Mao, and every character that we have met before in all these other openings have this mask in front of their face. So that's my guess anyway. The watercolor section at the end was reminding me of it's embarrassing that I can't think of the name, but it's the Studio Ghibli movie, Princess, The Tale of Princess, I want to say Kaguya, but I could be wrong there. But it's reminding me of that anyway. And that's really cool. It is Kaguya, okay, thank God. This is the second opening of Apothecary Diaries Season 2. We are very familiar with Apothecary Diaries at this point in this series. We love Apothecary Diaries here. It is so fun checking out Apothecary Diaries openings and endings. This, honestly, like, this might be one of my favorite openings. Visually, I feel like I prefer some of the others easily, like for sure. But the song itself, it's so bouncy. It's just so hard not to just like bounce along and just like have fun with it. And you say here that this is Kusushiki by Mrs. Green Apple of Fire Force Opening 1 fame, and that makes a lot of sense because Inferno, I talked about it, even like I mentioned it during the Fire Force opening that we checked out not long ago. It's one of the GOATs. It's such a great opening, and so like hearing them back again makes a lot of sense why I enjoyed this one so much, because I love the energy that Mrs. Green Apple brings. I haven't checked out a lot of their stuff. That I might even have only checked out that one Fire Force opening, but it's so fun, and they bring a lot of energy and a lot of just fun to the openings that they've been a part of that I've seen anyway. And this one, yeah, it's kind of like telling a story, and I feel like this thread in the background is maybe telling us something too. Like, I wonder if this thread is present throughout. No, it doesn't seem to be. There's something going on here with this mask, and whether this mask is literally relevant to what's happening within this half of the season, or if it's just kind of used to represent the fact that anyone can conceal their identity, anyone can be someone that they aren't, and that might be kind of mirrored or comparable to the fact that even to this point, I have no idea if in some of the other openings, that's Mao that we see wearing the flowy dress and looking very confident. I don't know if that's her or if it's like someone else that she's emulating or something. I think it's her. I feel like it's probably her emulating someone that she isn't, or being more confident or something like that. That's my guess anyway for who that is that we see in other openings. We don't see that version of Mao within this opening, but we do see her wearing a mask, and so that could be comparable, you know, like being someone you're not, covering your identity, pretending to be someone else. And maybe that's an important aspect of this season, of this part of the season anyway, this half. Character design, as always, is incredible in Apothecary Diaries, and also like you can't have an Apothecary Diaries without a shot like this, without like Mao's eyes coming into frame, filling, you know, much of the screen, and something else happening in the background. I feel like we've seen this in maybe every opening for Apothecary Diaries, and it's a staple at this point. Like I wouldn't want an opening without this in it. It just wouldn't be an Apothecary Diaries opening at that point. Then we get some shots of what probably happens within the series. It looks very much like, you know, the anime itself, shots taken from it for a while, but then we get to this beautiful watercolor section, and this beautiful watercolor section is a really nice switch up. It's a really nice break from, I wouldn't say the monotony of the rest of the opening, because there's nothing monotonous about it, but it breaks up everything and makes this opening for one feel unique, and also allows for the song in the background. Like, let me see, I'll put it back here a little bit. Starts to break down and slow down a bit, and at this point when it's showing the watercolor part, it feels a lot more rhythmic. It takes a slower, more rhythmic approach where you've got a thumping drum beat in the background with the singer's voice, very beautiful and very melodic. And yeah, it looks like we are looking at one of the characters' POV within this watercolor. Yeah, potentially. That definitely could be the case. But I'm just wondering what kind of way we're looking at this character. Like, are we someone following them behind? Because what is with this long ass finger cover thing? Like, I don't know what that's about. But once they pull away from it, color starts to split apart, and we start to see a butterfly blooming. So like, whereas in other openings we have seen the flowers blooming and everything, and flowers coming out of view and sprouting like in front of our faces. I'm thinking opening 1 especially, and opening 3 of course, like with all the flowers coming into view. This one this time focuses on like this butterfly being birthed. And so like, is that idea of birthing and birthing into something beautiful, like also kind of taking that idea of taking something that you aren't and becoming something else that I was talking about a little bit ago, where a butterfly, it starts off as a caterpillar, becomes a cocoon or whatever, and then it becomes a butterfly. Is that continuing that theme here yet again? Ladies wear those nail covers to show high status. Okay, interesting. This lady of high status anyway, whatever it is, she touched this leaf and it became a butterfly. So this lady of high status has the power to force evolution type thing. Like, she's able to kind of change that which happens around her anyway. That's what it maybe indicates. This 3D mask right here is really throwing me off. This looks so out of place. It looks a little goofy, but I think it's funny because it just doesn't look like anything else we've seen from Apothecary Diaries. It looks so out of place. The material, the look of it, the shine and everything like that doesn't look like it belongs here, but maybe that's the point. Maybe the point is that whoever wears this mask, the person it represents, doesn't belong here, and like maybe it's literal in that sense, but then when the mask drops, it's stripped of color, and maybe it's to show that like you can be yourself. Like, I don't know. But regardless, really cool opening. The song was so fun. Jinshi, of course, looking down, and some people pushing Mao Mao towards Jinshi, I suspect. He weighed in on the mask discourse. I did my part. It looks like they're pushing her towards Jinshi, of course. We have seen them walking towards each other, looking at each other every opening so far. There's always a freeze frame of them together, and yeah, this one kind of ends then with them holding hands potentially. So that's a really nice way to end this opening. Of course, it does actually end with ice cream, but forget about that. Go back like 5 seconds and you get this shot right here, which is a really beautiful shot. I guess Mao Mao and Jinshi are very much a will they won't they situation. She's being pushed to those 2 girls, clearly. Yeah, I know, but like the fact that we get this shot right before it, you can interpret it in different ways. Like, you can kind of insinuate that while yes, she is literally being pushed towards these girls, it seems as though the fact that it follows up immediately after like a dark background with Jinshi, followed up with a pure white background with Mao Mao, night and day kind of thing with her being pushed forward, it could be interpreted in that way too. So that's my guess anyway. And yeah, even the shine on like fingernails is incredible in this series. Like, I don't know, this cat also the MVP of this opening. This is the best character, of course. Any cat is going to be my favorite character until I actually watch the series. So yeah, I feel like I'm ready to wrap this one up though, this opening, so I might be ready to check out the next one. But yeah, I love checking out Apothecary Diaries openings and endings. It's a damn shame that there is not going to be another Apothecary Diaries opening for maybe another year, because it's always fun to know that there's Apothecary Diaries on the way, and that's what like I was looking forward to with Winter. I knew there was Apothecary Diaries on the way. I was really excited for it. I knew there was Apothecary Diaries on the way for this one too. I was really excited for it, and yeah, I've had opening one stuck in my head all day for Apothecary Diaries, so I have been just ready for this, and this one delivered absolutely. And yeah, I'm so glad that we checked this one out. Apothecary Diaries is an absolute treat. Hopefully we still have the ending to come when we check out 2025 spring endings, but yeah, let's check out opening number 9 for this video. The cat's name is Mao Mao. Holy shit. Okay, Mao Mao is the best character, and you cannot tell me otherwise, and I will not elaborate on which Mao Mao I'm talking about. Until the day comes, you'll react to Apothecary Diaries. Absolutely. It's definitely one that was highly requested in the poll and everything like that, so who knows. All right, so here we go. Opening number 9. Let's see what we get this time around. Here we go. Oh shit. Oh hell yeah. Goldfish. This feels nostalgic. Like I can't describe it. Like immediately right off the bat, it made me feel like it was an older anime. This is really fun. Holy shit, it's Evangelion. Is this a romance series? Oh shit, it actually looks like an older anime too, like with character designs. 404 not found. Something about this reminded me of like a Ranma or something. Like can't describe it. Like the look of the characters, I mean. This is really cool. With also the look of like a city hunter or something. Like look at the colors and everything. This is really cool. I love this one. Kowloon, I have no idea what that said. Kowloon something. This is Kowloon Generic, produced by Arvo Animation, directed by Yoshiaki Iwasaki, classic rom-com Love Hina, scripted by Jin Tanaka Oshinoko, character designs by Yuka Shibata, Kimi ni Todoke, and based on the manga by Jun Mayuzuki. The song is Summertime Ghost by Suiyoubi no Campanella. Yeah, this is a really fun one. Full of energy, fun. The song was it had a great beat, but what I was more interested here was the visuals, because the visuals look very like it looked like an older anime or something. Like the way the character designs were done and everything, it's reminded me of like a 90s anime or something. The way the main girl looked, something about it looked like it was designed by Takahashi, you know, or something like that, you know, like a Ranma. It's her dress, yeah, maybe, but also like just the way she looked as well. Set in what appears to be a replica of the old Kowloon walled city in Hong Kong, Kujirai works as a realtor alongside co-worker Kudo. Kujirai is excited about any new restaurants or just places to go that are introduced to the area, whereas Kudo prefers the nostalgic feel of the city and rejects modernity seeping in. Mistaken and quickly apologized for advance by Kudo leaves Kujirai to question their friendship, only for her to discover that they have more history than she remembers. So that's why it was showing like scenes at a point where it looked like a past was going by. It showed shots of her being like a child and everything that was going by. It was kind of like hinting towards that. I don't know what this big ass is it Ramiel from Evangelion is in the sky, but like that can't be good. Everything about this opening looks like it's being told through the lens of like an old filter, like a filter to make things look old. Like starting off the opening with like this this effect of like the burn-in effect or whatever it is. You still don't know why Ramiel is up there. Maybe that's to be revealed in the last few episodes. Like this burn effect, and then just immediately coming in here and seeing like the whole opening kind of having this look where the colors look very muted, drained, like there's no outlines really whatsoever for anything here, and everything just looks like it's being presented in a rose-colored glasses kind of way, where it feels like it's meant to invoke a feeling of like nostalgia, a feeling of something old anyway, like something that like this feels like it's from an era that it doesn't belong in, from the appearance anyway. Like maybe I'm completely wrong, maybe this doesn't actually look like that whatsoever, but this is really reminding me of something from like the 90s or something, like the way everything looks here, even showing like Ramiel up there, like it definitely helps. Shots like these as well, like you know, kind of having these and everything like this reminds me a little of Summertime Rendering opening 1, you know, where like there's all these screens and everything, and it's got this filter over it and everything looks rather distorted. Like this is kind of like making me think of that as well, but not so much, because like much of the rest of this opening doesn't actually focus on scenes like those, but it does seeing this did remind me of that. It very much is in fitting with the themes of the series. Misplaced nostalgia. Okay, yes, that makes sense. You know, not wanting things to move on, wanting things to stay rooted in the past, not wanting modern aspects to come in, nothing like that. Whereas someone is like one person being willing to accept new things and the other not. Like, yeah, that makes sense. You know, looking at the world through rose-colored glasses, not being willing to accept things moving on, and so your life being rooted in nostalgia, essentially. So yeah, that does actually make a lot of sense to me. But yeah, the song, very thumpy, very fun. I love the look of this as well, like the colors and everything. The character designs were so cool. Seeing the watermelon being eaten as well. I'm not sure what this is supposed to represent. You know, we see her watching herself in a field full of sunflowers. Sunflowers obviously need the sun to grow, they need warmth, they need the right conditions to grow, but they will grow taller than any other plant given the right conditions. So maybe that's what that represents for her, where she's in this field of sunflowers. She needs the right conditions to grow, to blossom, to bloom, be herself and everything like that. She just looks so cool. Like, she's reminding me of Nana, I guess, from this shot. Maybe that's not fair because short black hair, just so cool. I love the way that like a lot of the rest of this opening kind of shows like a lot of older things, you know, 404 not found. Like it shows what looks to be like some sort of game or something, leaderboard, I don't know what it is, Polaroid images and everything like that. Everything just seems old. And so, yeah, it makes sense. She's running towards that. She's running to the past, like running to the left of the screen instead of running to the future in the right-hand side of the screen and everything like that. So it kind of like makes sense. And then seeing that as she's like trying to run away, she falls into the pit of modernity, and she has no choice but to watch as all of this comes towards her, and she can only run towards it. And she's not running towards the past. She's running to the present, not even the future. She's running through the present, and she's kind of like trying to accept that, I guess, and learn to live in this kind of like new world that they're living in. And this guy hopefully will help her do that. I feel like I don't really have much more to say about this. Really cool look, really cool opening. Song was banger. But yeah, I think I'm ready to move on and check out the next one. So if we're ready, we will check out opening number 10. But yeah, love the message, love the vibes of this opening. Really, really cool. And yeah, let me know how you guys are enjoying the series in the comments and everything. You will say, brace yourself. Shit, okay. All right, let's check out the next one, see what we get in opening number 10, entering double digits. Yeah, we're going to check out this next one, see what we get. Here we go. Planet Earth! Oh, shit! This looks like a blast from the past. Yaiba. Wow, holy shit, look at this. Holy. This looks incredible. This looks like a throwback series for sure. This looks so cool. Maybe this looks more Ranma than the previous one. Looks Detective Conan-esque with the main character. Oh, he's going sicko mode. Holy shit. Wow, this is so fun. This feels like a really fun series. Oh shit. Look at that. The way that the colors are done like around the characters. So cool. Wow. These scenes right here, like, just remind me of like Mario Strikers, but also like Gurren Lagann-esque. Maybe something like Gainax did. This is Yaiba, Samurai Legend, produced by Studio Wit. Really? Holy shit. This, I mean, I guess Studio Wit does do different styles and everything, you know, like, obviously they're known for some big series like Attack on Titan, but also like Ranking of Kings is very different from their usual style, what you would expect. They also have done work on Spy Family and everything like that. Is it Wit or Mappa that did Vinland Saga? I can't remember. Maybe both. Who knows? Directed by Takehiro Hasui of Mob Psycho 100 and Season 3. Mob Psycho 100 Season 3. Actually both, yeah. Okay, that's what I thought because I couldn't remember if it was one or the other. Character designs by Yoshimichi Kamadi of Mob Psycho. Great. They really captured the like a really unique look here. And Mob Psycho 100 has great character designs and great at capturing like a unique fun look. And I feel like this did a great job of that as well. Music by Yutaka Kamada of Vinland Ghoul, what the hell? Tokyo Ghoul and Vinland Saga, and based on the manga by Gosho Aoyama, who did actually do Detective Conan. Okay, cool, because like it did look like the characters were reminding me of like that look with like the big ass eyes and like I don't know what it was, just it did kind of like make me think of Detective Conan anyway. This being his first series. Okay. Is this a finished series then? The song is Blade by ENCOUNT, who did Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans Opening 2, My Hero Academia Season 4 Opening 1. Hell yeah. We love seeing a returning artist coming back into the fray. I'm just going to say it as well. I feel like this is also going to chart on my personal top 10 favorite openings of the year. A series I know nothing about, just having such a fun feel. Like this feels yet again nostalgia coming off the back of the previous opening. Like it feels like this is like a childhood cartoon come to life all over again. Like it's making me think Beyblade, it's making me think Digimon or something like that. Just like, I don't know if those are two good series to compare it to, but it like also, you know, Dragon Ball, like with the small characters and everything like that, and fighting with like a big I feel like he was fighting with a big stick, right? At the beginning of the opening. Yeah, he's fighting with like a stick, fighting like monkeys or gorillas or something, I don't know. Reminds me of Dragon Ball, the original series anyway, openings that we checked out. Regardless of that, like this is the biggest throwback I feel like I've seen in a very long time. Like I don't know how else to describe this, but everything about this, the fluidity in the animation for the opening, the fighting, the action, the way it looks, the colors, everything being so vibrant and everything looks so good that this really just makes me like feel like I want to be a child watching this. Like this would be a great series to watch as a child. I'm not saying it wouldn't be good to watch now either. Like I'm sure this is an absolute blast to check out, but I'm just thinking being a child and turning the TV on, this is my shit. This is the shit I would want on the TV. Like, I know like other people were into other series, but like this is something I would have enjoyed. I just know my childhood self. The basic selling point of the series is that it's the next big visual work by the madman behind Mob Psycho. Hell yeah, that's so cool. The Yaiba manga ended in 93, so this is quite literally retro. Yeah, I don't know, like bros, this is something else. Looks like a really fun series, and I think that this is this opening alone, like, is a huge selling point, regardless of the fact that this is by the Mob Psycho 100 man. Like, of course, that's going to be a huge selling point. And for anyone who has seen Mob Psycho 100, like, hearing that they did this series is obviously going to sell you on it and going to make you interested. But what I saw in this opening alone, not even knowing that it was by the Mob Psycho guys, this would have sold me. This would make me interested. But now knowing that as well, and knowing the quality that they can carry throughout an entire series, what else do you need to know? I would imagine that this is one of maybe the most watched series this season. Hopefully, anyway. With all that critical acclaim coming behind it, you know, obviously you've got the guy who wrote Detective Conan. It's not really the Mob Psycho guys working on this as well. Like, this just feels like a real perfect collaboration, honestly. It's way more popular in Japan. Okay, that makes a lot of sense, I guess. Yaiba is a samurai wild child that's literally been raised in the jungle by his father. By his own choice, mind you. Both of them and their pet tiger, okay, that explains the big fluffy thing that we saw in it, get stuck in a food crate that's shipped to Tokyo, where they re-enter society through the father's old kendo rival and their daughter, Sayaka. Yaiba makes short work of local sparring partners until he meets national high school champion Onimaru. A simple rivalry escalates to absurd heights in short order. I'm sure that makes for really fun watching. Is a lot of the series kind of centered around like a tournament theme? Like, is it kind of like very tournamenty? Isn't that kind of like Shaman King as well, like where it's very tournamenty or something? Maybe I'm wrong with that. Really, in the Western anime community, Apothecary Diaries is the most popular anime currently airing, besides maybe One Piece. That makes sense. Okay, I'm a really bad gauge for what would be popular then. but yeah, being shipped to Tokyo in a crate, making me think of Madagascar. Also, like the premise of the series is making me think of like, what was it called, like Jungle to Jungle, like the movie, Robin Williams or something, or who was it, where like it's a guy has to raise a son that he didn't know he had from a jungle or something in a new world or something. It's not exactly the same, but like it's making me think of that anyway. The visuals, the song, everything in this is incredible. Like, look at these shots, the way the coloring's done, just this looks so much fun. Tim Allen, that's who it is. It's Tim Allen. That is true. Some of the characters here are like this old guy and everything, making me think of like Takahashi. I don't know if that makes sense, but then the big ass tiger is making me think of like, what is it, Calvin and Hobbes or whatever. So like, yeah, it looks like there's just a bunch of different styles, and it's just got a lot of stuff here, but it's so fun. This is, I don't know, like, holy shit, look at this. I didn't even notice this big ass like spirit thing that he's like potentially summoning. Holy shit. I don't know if this is going to personally top the I don't even remember the name of the anime, like Trying to Be Ordinary, that one anyway, because like that one just like really just has a special place for me already. But this one is like a very close second. This actually did run in the same magazine as Takahashi. Well, contemporaries and all that, so it makes sense that there would be similar looking styles present. Don't know if I have much more to say besides badass, fun, colorful, energetic, everything you want to see in a series like this. Holy shit, is that I just saw 2 Hunter x Hunter characters, the starfish and the chameleon guy. That's crazy. Hunter x Hunter Chimera Antark. You got some explaining to do. You got some explain to do right here, Bozo. This is a great opening. This is my second favorite of the day, probably so far, amidst a huge, great run of openings that we've checked out. But yeah, I'm ready to check out opening number 11. So if we're ready, we will move on to that next one and see what we get. So here we go. I feel like I'm losing my voice, so I don't know how much longer I have in me, because I've been talking so much. I haven't talked this long in a bit. This is the final 3 gotcha. Let's see what we get in opening number 11. 3 more to go, including this one. So here we go. This looks familiar. This is fun. Is this Witch Watch? I feel like I see this every day. It is. Every day I log into the Shonen Jump app. This is so fun. Wow, like look at the style of this. This is so cool. Oh no, all the color has been drained. You're diving into the world of color. I was gonna ask if this was YOASOBI, but I was waiting till the end. This is really cool. Is this a romance series? Holy shit, look at that. Oh, that was cool, the transitions. You don't look so good. That's so cute. That was adorable. Witch Watch. I love that so much. This was such a cute, fun opening. Like, everything about this just screams fun. Like, she looks like she is such a fun character to have around. This is Witch Watch, produced by Baiburi Animation Studios, directed by Hiroshi Ikehata, scripted by Deko Akao, Komi-san, character designs by Haruko Lizu... Sorry, is it Lizuka? Horimiya. Music by Yukari Hashimoto, Zenshu, A Sign of Affection, and Komi-san. And based on the Jump manga by Kenta Shinohara, Sket Dance, former assistant on Gintama. Really interesting. The song is Watch Me by YOASOBI, with the opening animation being directed by the one and only Megami Shitani, holy shit, of One Piece fame, and, you know, of course, One Piece fan letter, the greatest anime episode of 2024 rather. Morihito, an ogre, is informed by his father that he is leaving on a business trip and has invited Nico, a witch, to move into their home, a former childhood friend, before leaving for her training. Nico must choose a familiar as a new witch, and decides Morihito is fit for the role. That he's her secret crush surely has no bearing. That's funny. So in this series, she likes him and it's not the other way about. I feel like, you know, it's very common for like series with romance involved. Like, I'm not like bashing romance, but like, you know, a lot of the times it's the guy likes the girl before the girl likes the guy or something like that. So, you know, that's cool to see that she has liked him potentially since they were children. Morihito relents to Nico's delight, agreeing unbeknownst to her due to a warning by his father that Nico is prophesied to suffer a disaster within a year. Interesting. I wonder what like being an ogre entails in this world. I associate ogres with like demon type stuff, you know, like red ogre, blue ogre, ReZero, everything like that, Ram and Ram. But are they like... It's swamps, of course. You know, obviously ogres, they're much like onions, but what are ogres in this world? Like, are they simply humans that can do something? Like, I don't know. I think it's cool that the entire opening seems to show the two of them kind of like being around each other a lot. Oh shit, look at that. That's a cat in the background. So this character is a cat. You can learn that from the paw prints. You can learn that from the shadow, the way that the Witch Watch logo is presented here. I wonder if we can learn other stuff from the way other characters are shown here. Maybe not. The flowers when it's showing this guy, I don't know what that means. But yeah, showing all these different styles. This shot right here, I don't know what it is. It's reminding me of something else. Maybe also making, who knows. But yeah, I love the look of this. I love the feel of this. This feels like a really fun and energetic series. YOASOBI, obviously banger again. Like, YOASOBI does not miss. I wasn't sure if this would be YOASOBI or just Lila Sakuta by herself, because YOASOBI, like a lot of the times, has much more of an intense techno kind of sound to it. And while yes, this one also did have something similar, it sounded more like downbeat than I kind of expect with like YOASOBI. It certainly was energetic and fun though. Like, that's not what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I just wasn't sure that this would have been YOASOBI. So I'm glad that it is, because we love a good YOASOBI opening here. Nico looks like such a fun character. Like, she looks like she's just a big ray of light, and to know that there's impending disaster on the way within the year, and that something bad might happen, it's been prophesized, that's got me worried. Like, I wonder if that's something that ogres do. That's like part of their culture where they prophesize. They are familiar with prophecies or something like that. Like, wait, did someone's eyes just change color? Like, oh shit, look at that. I've red eye and a normal eye. So he's able to conceal his identity. Like, yeah, you see that eye flashing throughout. So he is potentially able to draw forth like a hidden potential, a hidden power within himself, and part of that, you know, comes with changing his appearance and everything. So that's really cool. And also he can run really fast. Yeah, this like shot right here was reminding me of Jinwoo, I guess, from Solo Leveling. Like, skinny neck, dark hair. Yeah, that's all I got, but like it was reminding me of like Solo Leveling Jinwoo and everything. This character, they look a little mysterious to me, this like yellow haired character. But then this shot right here where it did this, I'm going to mute just so that I can talk over it, where it was showing the characters transitioning. That was really cool. I love that part a lot. And yeah, I wonder just what the future has in store for these characters. I hope that it's all good, because I've already fallen in love with these characters. I feel like this is probably a really fun series. This being a Shonen Jump series, I suspect is a really popular one airing right now. Might be one of the more popular new series that is airing currently. And yeah, like, I see Witch Watch all the time when I open the Shonen Jump app, so I know this is a hugely popular series. I hope that it's being received well. I hope that it's doing justice to the series itself, and I hope that people are enjoying themselves, because you got a YOASOBI opening here. Like, that's huge. And also, like, the visuals look so fun. And yeah, considering this is a series by a studio that I had never heard of, and that maybe this is a new studio, I don't actually know, they've got like the potential to really hit the ground running with this and really make a mark in the industry with this series. And I hope that they are, because yeah, Witch Watch does look like a lot of fun. It looks nothing like I thought it was. I thought Witch Watch would have been a series kind of like Witch Had to Tell You, with like a much older theme, like a feel to it. Like it feels like it is literally rooted in like a much older setting or something like that. But this obviously is very modern. Shows just how little I knew about the series. The fact that she is able to name an ogre as a familiar is interesting, because like normally I associate familiars with like creatures, you know, or like frogs or like cats or just stuff like that. So yeah, that's rather curious. But yeah, I feel like that's all I have to say about this one. Banger song, banger opening, love the visuals, so good. Another huge opening for this list of openings. I don't know where we're going to go in these next two, but I'm ready to check it out. So here we go. Opening number 12. Let's go. All right, here we go. Opening number 12. Let's go. This one will be very interesting. Okay. Oh, shit. Ominous. I always knew where I stood. I tried to be so good. What is this? Coming out, I don't know how, but I'm a real hero. Hero. The visuals for this look so creative. Oh shit, that's cool. Looks almost like that little sequence there was almost like a manga music video. Oh shit. This is cool. Interesting getting an English opening though in all this. And then those parts where it shows that kind of look is reminding me of like Arcane. Okay, in the palm of your hand. Oh shit! Gunslingers! To be the hero. Wow. To Be Hero X. Funny enough, I have heard of this series, but yeah, that was really, really cool. I have not seen anything like this before. This is so unique and different, and I think that really using that uniqueness to like create a really fun opening was a great idea. I just think that this was so interesting, and I think that this is like, is this like a 3D series or something? Like, I don't know. This is To Be Hero X, a Chinese-Japanese co-production overseen by Bilibili and Aniplex. Animation is led by B-Dream in collaboration with several other studios, key among them being Studio Lan of Link Click. Part of an original anthology series, this is the third season created, written and directed by Lee Howlin, Link Click, and with music provided by a host of Japanese artists, but chief among them being the Hiroyuki Sawano with his beat drops, and the song is Inertia by Rei and Hiroyuki Sawano. Interesting. This is season 3? I only heard about this series this year. I didn't realize this was season 3, or is this like the third season of the anthology series? In a world where the trust of the people is what gives heroes their powers, the enigmatic X stands at the very top. Many heroes vie to climb the ranks of public admiration to reach X. Lin Ling is fired from a hero ad agency that promotes the marketable hero Nice. Yet through a shock incident, Ling is tasked with taking over the role of Nice. Oh, okay, so it's a face. It's not like a person. It's like a role. Interesting. Due to their similar likeness and his knowledge of Nice's outward life, Ling manages to slip into the role and with it discover the dilemmas of a hero. This could be a standalone series. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like I didn't really learn a whole lot from the visuals of this, but I think it's really cool seeing like this kind of style, like the way this is, like the fingers and like the coin and everything. It's reminding me of like the critic from Ratatouille. I don't know why, like that's just what I think of when I see like this hand right here. But then obviously as it goes on, it starts to look a little more arcane. Arcane is a series I haven't watched, by the way, but like I'm familiar with the art style of it. But then, you know, we do get like this kind of standard 2D style look right after, and it kind of goes between the two then. So it's, I wonder if like showing the series in two different styles is kind of like displaying the two different lifestyles of this person, or the fact that it's two different people, or you know, like just the two different sides of being a hero and just what that entails and everything like that. Like maybe that's what showing two different styles is kind of telling us. It's kind of trying to tell us a story. But then, you know, there are other styles present within this too, but something about this, it's screaming out, like, again, like the fact that it's got like these kind of like dots and everything is reminding me once again of like the Making opening and a heart being chained down. I don't know if this is telling us that our main character breaks free of that role or something like that. X, which is the white hair guy all over this, seemingly has the power to change art styles with the snap of his fingers, really, which gives the show an excuse to just go crazy stylistically. Entire episodes are in 3D CG or 2D. That's insane. That's so cool. Like that would make for like a really engaging viewing experience. The fact that like you're not getting used to one style, you're not kind of like getting pigeonholed or anything, like it's just switching off. So long as it's not like jarring and whiplashy or anything like that, like it would make for really like engaging viewing and really like just draw me in and make me interested even more. The song was really fun. I think it's really funny that bar like a couple of series I've seen that Hiroyuki Sawano has done music for, he is all over the openings. Like he's involved in the openings from just about every other series that I've seen here. And yes, the 3D CG is very arcane looking, which means it looks very good though. Obviously, like I said, I haven't seen Arcane, so I can't speak on the quality of the animation for Arcane. But what I have seen, like the look of everything looks really good. Like it's got a really cool, unique style. And I think that it stands apart from everything else. And so the fact that we're seeing it emulated here, I think that that's badass. And I love the style of this and everything. Like it looks really cool. Like this character design, like the way this looks, it's reminding me of something and I'm not able to place it and it's bothering me. Like I want to say like a Gachakuda or something, but I don't think it is. But yeah, this character literally, like you said, like snaps his fingers and the art style changes, and that's so cool. Like I don't know what to say besides this looks like a fun series. This would probably be really cool to watch. I imagine that this is one that a lot of people are enjoying right now. It's got a fun look. It's got a fun style. The opening was badass. Having Sawano all over the music, of course, is going to be a lot of fun. It doesn't really like give much away though in terms of like the story. Obviously, this reflection off of the floor, seeing him like he looks like he's on top of a building, but he's not. Like, it's really interesting seeing this kind of shot because he looks like he's on top of the world, but really he isn't. It's just like a reflection. So I wonder if it's kind of like telling us the reflection of the world based on what is happening and like based on the reception and the way people perceive everything that happens in the hero world and everything. I don't know if I have much to say about this. Besides, I love the look, I love the song, I loved everything about it, and I might already be ready to move on to the next one. Also, maybe it's because my chest is sore, but I really should move on to the next one. It's one of your favorites this season, yeah, and the director kind of just dropped out of the blue what might be that it might be like 48 episodes long. Holy shit. Well, I hope it is for your sake if you're enjoying it, and I hope that it continues with that quality. So yeah, that's crazy. 48 episodes is insane for an anime series in this modern era. But yeah, we're gonna move on to the final opening number 13. I think it's going to be One Piece, but we'll see what we get. So here we go. Let's see what we get in opening number 13. Here we go. This has been a lot of fun. So thank you guys for watching so far. If you guys have enjoyed, please do leave a like and subscribe if you have not done so already. And comment down below letting me know your favorite of these openings and maybe any others that were not included in this video. So here we go. Opening 13. Let's go. Oh, that's a baby. Bonnie! This is One Piece, okay. Seeing Kuma in her eyes. Oh shit, okay. I love this visual style of like these past two openings for One Piece. So fun. Why were Luffy and Zoro fighting? Damn, this is showing so much. Oh my god. Damn. This arc is gonna hit hard for a lot of people. It's such a good part of One Piece. Green boys. Wow. Visually, this looks stunning yet again. Dragon? Dragon holding Luffy's wanted poster. Oh, Kuma. You guys don't know shit about Kuma and Bonnie. This is so nice. This is such a nice opening. I am so glad that they focus on Bonnie for this opening. And Kuma, of course, because, like, I don't know. I feel like I need to hold back on spoilers here. Like, I don't want to be the guy who spoils this part of One Piece for you. Because reading it was such a joy. Like, this was one of the first huge, like, arcs for me as a manga reader. I got caught up right at the end of Wano. So like this for me was like the first time reading the manga that it wrecked me emotionally. It made me like just it broke me, and it just like made me realize like it made me excited, sorry, for like the anime viewers to get to this part of One Piece. This is One Piece's 28th opening, Angel and Devil by Green Boys. They do know because the Kuma flashback is like, no, shit, really, we're in the Kuma flashback. Well, even still, I'm not going to give anything else away because I don't know how much has been shown so far, but it is, like Pinecino said, the Oda special. Like, flashbacks are like always going to have some tragedy in them when Oda is behind the pen. Like this shot right here of Kuma writing on this here, this might as well be like Oda just writing like, lads, I'm gonna kill all of you once again, like you're gonna be broken, because that's exactly what comes out of this. And seeing the Bible right next to this as well, like obviously it's Bartholomew Kuma, Bartholomew Kuma, I can't, not Bartholomew, Bartholomew Kuma. I am flopping so hard. My One Piece card is being taken away from me. But, you know, it's showing a lot of things here. Like, it's showing past, present, future. You know, we see shots of Bonnie as a child. We see shots of, like, Bonnie's appearance as a child, you know, like what are the blue specks on her face about? What's that about? And why does she now have like a piercing instead of like those blue specks? Like, is that important? It's the most you've actually followed the anime in like over a decade. You're actually watching One Piece episodes weekly for once. Holy shit. I don't know, bros. Like, this shot right here of seeing Bonnie watching Kuma doing the Nika pose is it's so heartbreakingly sad, but like following it up immediately then with Luffy, of course, you know, the Nika fruit and all that. But yeah, I love seeing the style. I love the colors. I love how everything looks. Obviously this right here, damn bros, like seeing the, oh, and it even shows right here, look who it is. Like, oh my god, just, it's showing so much out of context. Like, look who it's showing it. I don't know what I can say about this. Oh, look at little baby Bonnie and then Kuma crying. This is an absolutely beautiful opening. One of the most visually stunning openings of the year so far. And I don't know. It's joining a great list of openings. Like, One Piece has a really strong list of openings, and sadly it's a series I was not able to check out like blind on the channel, so that's why when a new One Piece opening does come around, it is so fun that I now know that I can check it out for you guys. And yeah, One Piece, very special series in my heart, very special for a lot of people. It's a visually stunning opening, and the fact that it's harking back to some other openings that we've seen, it's giving glimpses of things to come. I think this has already happened, right? Like this moment, Sentomaru, of course, like it's such a visually stunning opening. I'm so glad we were able to check this out. I'm so glad they did justice to this part of One Piece, because it's going to break a lot of hearts. It's probably already breaking a lot of hearts. And yeah, One Piece is a special series, one of my favorites, of course. And yeah, even now, like, we are in the midst of some real crazy shit in the manga. I'm not going to say anything about that, but I'm so glad that we're finally at this, because I was counting the weeks. Like, I could go back to like my Discord messages to Pinecino and be like, wow, so like 3 more weeks and we get the Bonnie Kuma flashback. And then suddenly they announced that they were taking a like 6-month hiatus. And it was just like, oh my god, like we're finally about to enter like peak, but we're finally here, and I hope that you guys are enjoying it. I hope that you guys are enjoying One Piece. And yeah, that's probably going to do it for me for today. I do think I'm going to wrap this one up. This was a really great song, really great opening, really great list of openings. I'm so glad we were able to check this out today. So yeah, I would have a lot more to say about this if it wasn't literally just picking out the spoilers. So sadly, that's all I'm going to say about this One Piece opening, but it was a great one. Might not be my favorite Egghead opening, but it's definitely a great opening, and one that joins a great rank of openings. But yeah, that's going to do it for me for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and comment down below letting me know your favorite. And yeah, let me know also your favorite One Piece opening, because I've never been able to ask that before. And yeah, I'm gonna be back with more in the future. I hope that you guys are having a great day today, and that you're able to take it easy. I will see you in the next one. Take care.